Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my YouTube channel, Public Relations 101. And in today's video, what we're going to discuss is how to get difficult clients to like you. Look, we've all worked with clients whose remit or whose contract or scope of work isn't necessarily difficult, but what makes it difficult is that dynamic you enjoy or you don't enjoy with the client. It makes the simplest of tasks look extremely difficult to handle. The tips that I'm going to share have transformed my relationship with the clients for the better. They have improved the dynamic we enjoy, they've improved every single interaction that we've enjoyed, and these are tips that you can use as well to improve the dynamic you share with your clients. The first tip is exposure. Look, if they don't see you enough, if you have that not so good relationship where you're hiding away from them, where you don't want to attend meetings, where you don't see them enough because you really try to avoid them, that will really help nobody. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. Sure it does if it's a love relationship, but if it's with the client, try to improve the quality of your exposure, but also the quantity of your exposure. If they see you enough, if they see you more than they do, they get to know you on a larger sample size than the one they were previously acquainted with, which was very small. The more you expose yourself to them, the more interactions you have, the chances are the greater the sample size they have of interactions, and they go like, look, I really like working with Issa, or I really like working with Adam, or working with Nancy, or working with whoever, because every time they're there, it's not just a bad interaction, it's a good interaction, sometimes it's an amazing interaction. So improve or increase the exposure you have with the client. The second tip is consult them on the macro picture. Look, if a client doesn't like you, doesn't mean they won't like you if you're adding value to them. So if you consult them on the macro picture, if you consult them on the nature of their industry, if you tell them about the latest developments because you have been on a daily basis or on a routine basis, you've been acquainting yourself better with their industry, the more you begin to consult them on the macro picture, on the larger scale, on conferences that are happening, on different trends that are affecting their industry, they're affecting their sector, the chances, the more you know the larger picture, the more value you'll be able to add. And because you're adding larger value to them, the more they'll be able to like you and trust your consultation over a period of time. The third tip is affirmations. It doesn't matter whether the client likes you or whether the client doesn't like you. What matters is whether you like the work that you're doing. And if you don't like the work that you're doing, the client can love you, and at the bottom of your heart, you will know that you have not lived up to your own potential. Affirmations go a long way. Look, every single night, I tell myself the following. I tell myself that I work with the most amazing clients in the country, and they are laying the foundation. Their feedback, be it positive or negative, their feedback is laying the foundation for my growth as a public relations practitioner. I tell myself this every single night. So when in the next morning, let's say the day doesn't start off on the right foot. Let's say I hear not so good feedback. In my head, I have begun telling myself every single day that I'm really working with the top clients in the country, and their feedback, be it positive or negative, is laying the foundation for my growth. How can I not like somebody? How can I not enjoy being with somebody who's laying the foundation for my growth? I love working with people that are laying the foundation for my growth. And by telling myself this every single day, when I hear that feedback, if it's positive, great, and if it's negative, I know that there's something that I need to work on. By conditioning my own mind, I condition how I come across to them during client meetings, during different interactions that we have. And when I receive everything positively, and when I'm talking to them like they're my friends and they're really there to help me grow, it shows. And if my positivity shows, it's not easy to hate a positive person. Positivity rubs off, and the best way to be positive is to keep flooding yourself with positive messaging. And the way I do so is affirmations. Thank you for watching. Folks, I post new content regularly, so please remember to subscribe and like my channel if you want to put a PR spin on your future in the communications game.